can't stand this, Ryan. I have to go talk to Jamie right now and make him tell me what he knows. And I don't care if he has a problem with me or not.
No. He may not know anything, Kendall. I mean, come on, last night he was grasping at straws. Do you really think he came up with something that explosive between then and now? Do you? And on top of that, Kendall, there's something else you're forgetting.
Right. Madden's recording.
The recording that Zach has admitted was his.
Yeah, I know, and Jamie doesn't know anything about it.
And Jamie also doesn't know that the alibi is a crock, but we do.
Okay. No, you're right. Well, at least one of us has a straight head.
Look, I know it's not what you want to hear, and I know you want to believe that Ted's lying through his teeth and that Zach's innocent.
Well, I can't even go there, Ryan. It'll only hurt worse when Zach gets convicted and taken away.
Hold on. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have hope. I mean, believe me, I'm going to be here no matter how this plays out. I'm just saying, don't jump the gun.
But if I took Tad's word, and he's lying, and I didn't believe Zach, and he's telling the truth.
I apologize for the earlier interruption, and I thank you all for your patience. Now, as we move forward, I remind you to focus only on the sworn testimony in this case. The earlier accusations from James Martin toward his father have been stricken from the record and should not have any bearing on the outcome of this trial. Is that understood? Now, Mr. Summerhill, I understand that Tad Martin has been removed to the witness waiting room. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Cuddy, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. In light of the recent developments, the defense would like to call a rebuttal witness to Tad Martin's testimony, Mr. Daniel Kagan.
Objection. Overruled. I want to hear from your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you please state your name for the record, sir?
Daniel Kagan.
And Mr. Kagan, what is your profession?
I spent 15 years in the military, but for the past 5 years, I've been head of security at Pine Valley Airport.
And as the head of security at the airport, are you privy to security breaches?
That's correct.
Now, where were you, or were you on duty the night of June 5th, 2006?
No, ma'am. Not that night. I worked earlier in the afternoon, but my shift ended at 1700 hours. I'm sorry, 5 p.m.
Thank you. And when did your next shift begin?
The following morning at 8 a.m.
Now, Mr. Kagan, are you aware that a Thaddeus Martin is a material witness in this murder case?
Yes, but I only learned about Mr. Martin's involvement this morning.
Well, why is that?
I've been out of town training security teams for over a month.
And how did you learn about Tad Martin's involvement in this case?
His son James told me.
What exactly did James Martin tell you about his father's involvement in this case?
He said Mr. Tad Martin was an eyewitness, that he claims he saw the defendants load the body in the trunk of a car somewhere between the hours of 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. on June 5th.
And did that surprise you?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, why is that?
Because Tad Martin was in a locked room at the airport the entire night of June 5th. If he says he saw anything during those hours, he lied.
Your Honor, please. The defense has rushed to put this man on the stand. We have no proof he is who he says he is, or that he saw Mr. Martin at the airport. He's already admitted he wasn't even working the night in question.
If Mr. Summerhill would stop interrupting, Mr. Kagan will explain all of that.
Overruled, Mr. Summerhill. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Mr. Kagan, if you weren't working the night of June 5th, how do you know that Tad Martin was in the airport?
Because when I came in the next day, I saw him on the security camera. On June 5th, Tad Martin sneaked into a private office in the rear of the airport. But what he didn't know is that this particular office was equipped with a time lock.
What does that mean?
The room automatically locks itself every night at 10 p.m. If you don't have a key, there's no getting in or out.
So you're saying that when you came back on duty in the morning, you found Tad Martin in a locked room without a key?
That's right. When I saw him on the monitor, I immediately went to question him.
And what did you find out?
He told me he was a private investigator.
So then you let him go?
No, not until I got a copy of his driver's license and his PI license Then I wrote up a report.
And about what time was Mr. Martin free to go?
About 9 a.m., I'd say.
I have here copies of the driver's license of Tad Martin, as well as his PI license, and the detailed report filed and signed by Daniel Kagan on June 6th, 2006.
Objection, Your Honor. There is still no proven validity to this man's testimony, and these papers could easily be doctored.
If Mr. Summerhill would like more substantial evidence, I can provide that as well. Mr. Kagan, can you please tell this court what we are seeing?
This is security footage of Mr. Martin in the airport room on the evening of June 5th.
2100, 59, 57, 20. 10 p.m. is the time you say the doors lock.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I would like permission to fast forward the tape to demonstrate that Mr. Martin was indeed locked in this security room overnight, June 5th, 2006.
Your Honor, objection. The state requests a recess. Better yet, a mistrial.
Overruled, Counselor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the defense would like to recall Tad Martin to the witness stand. Mr. Martin, I would like to remind you that you are still under oath.
I'm aware of that.
Have you ever seen this man?
Never.
Mr. Martin, where were you the night of June 5th, 2006?
Objection asked and answered.
Overruled. Mr. Martin, I assume you're aware the court imposes a severe punishment for perjury?
Yes, sir.
And I advise you to think hard before answering Miss Cudahy's question.
Where were you the night of June 5th, 2006?
I don't understand this. I've already testified. I was at the airport.
Where at the airport?
All over it. I was down at the gates, luggage, baggage claim. I was even at the cargo storage area.
And how long would you say you were at the airport?
About an hour, maybe more. I didn't have a watch. I don't know. I don't remember the exact time.
And is it still your testimony that when you left the airport, you witnessed my clients in the commission of a crime in a remote parking lot?
Yes.
And you're absolutely certain that was June 5th,
2006. Absolutely.
Your Honor, permission to show the witness the video.
Granted.
Mr. Martin, are you familiar with this video footage?
It doesn't look the least bit familiar.
So are you saying that that's not you in that videotape?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, that is video footage of a locked room in the airport.
No.
The entire
no,
night of
Counselor,
June
you're wrong.
5th, 2006.
That is a very convincing fake. No, it's good. I mean, it's good work. I'll give you that much. As a matter of fact, I can even understand why my son would fall for it, but it doesn't change the fact that it's phony. You think I would be doing that the same night that the man that stole my daughter disappeared? That never happened.
Did you mourn the loss of your daughter?
Objection.
What the hell kind of
Irrelevant.
question is that?
Overruled. Answer the question, Mr. Martin.
course I mourned her.
So much that you lied to this court today.
Objection.
Overruled, Counselor.
No.
Isn't it true that you never wanted a child?
Objection. You're irrelevant.
Overruled. Answer the question.
I am answering the question. I didn't want Dixie to jeopardize her health by having a child. But then again, I was never told she was pregnant until well after the fact. As soon as I found out that she was into her 3rd trimester and she was healthy, I wanted that baby every bit as much as she did.
Did you name your daughter?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Overruled, Counselor, and I suggest you sit down and stop interrupting.
Kate. Our daughter's name is Kate.
Mr. Martin, your son James has called you a liar. An independent, unbiased security officer has said that you have lied to this courtroom today. And this footage supports both of them.
Fake. I'm not the liar here, Livia. You want me to make it easy for you? Okay. Dixie Cooney Martin and her lover, Zach Slater, killed a man. They buried him alive. Now, if you went around this courtroom calling me a liar, you think that's going to help your case, you go right ahead and knock yourself out. But I know what I saw that night, and so do they. My conscience is clear.
There was a 4-year period during which you believed that your wife was dead, correct?
Again, asked and answered, Your Honor.
Did you mourn Dixie's death?
Of course, I mourned her. I was devastated.
Did you love her even when you thought she was dead?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Overruled.
Very much.
Enough to even want her back as your wife?
Yes.
So when she returned to Pine Valley, you pursued her in an effort to gain her back?
No.
But you told us that you loved her and wanted her back as your wife.
That was before I knew that she'd done it on purpose, that she had deserted her family and allowed us to run around for 4 years thinking she was dead.
And that made you angry?
Objection. Leading question.
Nobody is leading me anywhere.
I'll handle the objections, Mr. Martin. Sustained.
How did you feel when you found out your daughter Kate was still alive?
How do you think?
And how did you feel when you found out that she had given your daughter away without your knowledge or consent?
I've already told you I mourn the loss of my daughter.
And what was the reason that Miss Martin told you for giving away your child?
She said she thought she was dying.
But isn't it also true that she said she didn't give Kate to you because she believed you were incapable of loving her?
That's true.
And that videotape footage we saw today is
The
also true.
videotape footage is nothing. It's a fake. It's a
You were
phony.
locked
How
in
many
the
times
room
do I
the
have to tell you?
entire
Bring me the
night
damn
that Greg
computer.
Madden
I'll do it
was
myself,
buried.
okay? You give me 5 minutes, I'll give you a spicy little video, you and the DA there.
You were locked in that room the entire night of June 5th,
Nope.
weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
You lied to this court today, didn't you? Because you wanted to get
I
back
didn't lie.
at Dixie.
I didn't lie to
You concocted
anybody.
this entire story because you were angry with her for leaving you, playing dead, giving away your child, and you invented this story
No.
about her burying
No,
Greg
I didn't.
Madden.
I
Dixie
saw her
didn't
with the
bury him.
body.
You
How many
didn't see anyone because you were locked in a room
Nope.
the entire night.
I was not.
Dixie didn't bury anyone, did she? She didn't kill
How
anyone.
the hell
She
would
didn't
you
bury
know? She
a soul.
buried me. She killed me. That woman's taken everything I've got. Look at the way my son looks at me. My daughter's out there somewhere. She's lost. She's gone. I'm never gonna know what it feels like to pick her up. I'm never gonna know what it feels like to call her by her name. I'm never gonna know what she looks like because of her, because of that selfish bitch sitting right there. She chose to do this to me. It was her choice to go to Europe. It was her choice to give my daughter to a complete stranger, a psychopath. And then instead of coming home to a family that needed you, instead of being a wife and a mother, you chose to be Zach Slater's whore. And now a complete stranger is raising my daughter, my flesh and blood, mine. I get to go to bed every single night wondering if she's happy, if she's lonely, if God forbid she's being abused. And it doesn't matter anyway, does it? Because one way or another, I can't do a thing about it. Because let's face it, Greg Madden's nothing but a useless sack of meat. Greg Madden is gone, along with every hope I'm ever going to have of finding my baby girl. So, counselor, I really don't give a damn about your tape. I don't care what you think. I don't care what they think. I know the truth. You are a murderer. Because you buried me. You killed me. You're nothing but a lying, cheating, sadistic bitch. And so help me God, I'm gonna make you pay for it. Right here, right now. You're gonna pay.